Alright, so I'm making this video on Spanish translations here at the Mundelein Chapel. I'm basically just walking through how I did it. In case something goes wrong or in the future I'm not here and someone's like, how did he do this, right? Or there's probably other people out online that are also wondering, well, like, maybe they have the same issue. We record our translator at 9 a.m. and play them back at 11. We have two services. It's not word for word, but like, it's like, I forgot the word. It's basically message to message, not word to word. And the way we were doing that, we have in our old green room, we have a translator that sits there, and his line is that one right there. So that's the transmitter, and then we have these headsets. So this thing has no mounts or anything on it, so it's propped up on this basket because we were plugging and unplugging cables. It was over there, and it was fine. But his line was coming in, and we wanted to start recording 9 and playing it back at 11. So our solution was hop out the headphone jack into our X32 here. Just patched them in on a channel called translation. It's just an aux. I think it's like 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. We would record that on our USB, and then we would stop it, and then at 11 a.m. we would play that back, just like that. Bam. It was real interesting. In case you want to do this, I'll walk you through it also. This I have it not stereo and mono, so I could turn it up all I want, and it's not going to go in the house. But it needs to stay unmuted to record and stuff. And then USB also doesn't go in the house. And keep it at this level, and then one of my buses, bus 2 here, I had set up to play the USB back, because apparently you cannot route the USB channel out of an aux. So I had to create a bus, wasting a bus. So let's count this. We have a channel that we're using, we have a bus that we're using an input and an output. So I didn't really necessarily like that, because you never know when we might need these things. They are limited, and this is really complicated setup now, but it kind of gets more complicated. But yeah, so we play that back, and I have it routed through one of the aux outputs to go back to here, and then at 11 a.m. we'd unplug 9 a.m.'s cord and plug in 11's, and it was fine. Ran into a lot of issues because we would forget to hit record, or wouldn't hit play at the right time, and everything would be off, and you can't see it. All you can do is like fast forward a little or backwards. Like it didn't work very well. So these headsets here, they're just headphone jacks. They're pretty cool. They go with this thing. I don't know if there's a model here. In case anyone wants that model, if you're trying to set this up at your church. But yeah, there's power. Yeah, there we go. Channel 1, so we have it on, and there's volume controls. Right now it's not doing anything, which is what it's supposed to do. I have completely eliminated all that, and I am going to walk you through what I did now. Our pastor from this weekend, Denville, is teaching right now, so I'm going to pull up his channel decoder. So I'm just going to let that play, make sure it's sending to the lobby, because that's important. Alright, we're going to go over to the green room. This is complicated. The feed comes through there, out to this TV. This TV needs to be on, so that's the light switch that turns the TV on. We're good. Should hear him soon. Or see him soon, I guess. There he is. You can hear him. Alright, over here, there's a converter in this closet. Look at that converter. The thing is ancient. It may die one day. That powers this TV, also loops out, somehow makes its way into here, to this TV. Okay, so this TV, let's turn it on. This also is the same remote somehow for that TV, different brands. But yeah, this is our translator's, oh geez. This is our translator's desk. It's a little claustrophobic right now, but there's Denville chatting away. We have out of this TV, there's another converter, like SDI to HDMI. Then out of the TV somewhere, it's like down here, there's a headphone jack, or RCA or something. Looks like RCA, maybe it's RCA. That goes in. We have this Behringer UDM2 Euphoria. I don't know what it's called. I have 2 of them. Needed 2. It's complex. I could not find a workaround to make this real easy. This one here has simulcast or like our decoders, Denville coming in. Whoever, anything that's sending to the lobby goes into here. Your message notes. As I was saying, it was like by message to message, not like word to word. Well, at 9 a.m. it's word to word, but 11 is that makes sense. So the translator also has Google Translate available. So you hit voice, and it will tell you what he's saying up there. Sometimes it doesn't always. It's more it's like a backup kind of thing, like if they're like stuck or something. And Google Translate maxes out at 5,000 words before you have to clear it and start it again. And I was having this issue when I used only one of these. I had the mic and the feed input into these, and it was pitting both on Google Translate, and it like screwed up everything. Because you don't want to see what you're saying on Google Translate. I only want him. I can close this. Oh yeah, actually, I downloaded Soundflower, it looks like it's the name of the program, and I created a output that outputs 2 different, like the headphones and to this at the same time, because they wear their headphones and they can hear the message. Yeah, and I do not want it outputting to this guy. The lowercase USB audio is this one. The uppercase USB audio is this one. I'm sure it will change eventually. But yeah, that's how I have that set up. And that's just a MIDI audio setup. To get to that, Command Shift, and you type in like MIDI, and like it'll show up. Guess it just stays open. That's fine. I downloaded Adobe Audition. This is like a paid software that I'm using. I'm gonna actually start the recording here, so that way we can play it back. Oh yeah, and I have a marker. How do I delete? Yeah, I'm just gonna hit record, and this top one is this interface. Actually, both of these are this interface. You can't apparently have 2 interfaces into one software. I was trying to use Audacity and it didn't work. So I'll show you the workaround for that. But top one is this mic here, so as I talk you can see it meters, and when I stop talking, it stops metering. This is Denville, his mic, the feed, whatever is feeding into here. I have the I enabled, so whoever's in here can hear it through the headphones. And you can enable like this, and you'd be able to hear it. Yeah, you can kind of hear me in the headphones now. But I'm going to turn that back off because I don't want that. I muted this. I want it to record, but I don't want it to play back at 11 when I play this file. But I want both of these ARM to record, so I have both on R to record. Yeah, so at 11 when I hit play, it's only going to play this. But let's say, bam, oh, Thomas is up on stage. Like I could go through, hit M, and make a marker so I know, oh, that's host time. And then I could easily go back to it. So my plan is to start recording this at like 7 a.m. We start at 9 a.m. and I'll end it at like 10:30 or whatever. Load it up automatically, just go to that queue, whatever I made, and I'll be able to see, because there'll be like pauses and things when they don't talk and stuff. So I can like fast forward or skim through, so just in case we forget, or if we're oh shoot, we forgot to hit play and now we're in the message, I can like skim to the message real fast without messing up the USB and stuff. Yeah, so this guy here, this is I don't even know how to like begin explaining this. There's so many things here. Oh, this mouse doesn't. Oh, that's I guess we don't have a mouse anymore. I had to unplug it. Okay, this one does the feed in. It outputs direct monitor to this guy. I can't fully remember. Oh, it's because this one is going to Google Translate. Like my audio here is set to this guy because I only want Google Translate to pick up this feed. When I had it picking up this one, it would do the mic with it, so I changed it to only this one. So I have direct monitor on, which loops out into this guy, which also has the mic plugged in, which then records to Adobe Audacity, or Audition, or whatever. Yeah. Okay. The headphone out on this guy is not direct monitor, and I have that going to a DI, which then converts it to XLR and runs back to that cable that was in the booth that I was talking about earlier. I have a headphone jack here, just an adapter, just in case we need to plug in and be like, what is happening? You can see what's outputting real fast. But yeah, everything's like gained up all the way, so like, or whatever, like I like set it to. It may have to be tweaked eventually, but that's that. So we've been recording for 3 minutes and like 20 seconds now, so I'm gonna stop it, and I'm just gonna leave it here. So this would be like recording as they're doing Google Translate and stuff, and then they would leave, right? It's like 10 a.m. service is over, they're gone. All right, so now it's time, it's 11 a.m. now. So it's 11. Simulcast is rolling, blah, 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 right? I have on our audio computer here, I have the Translate computer like screen shared. So that way we can just get to it real fast. And I could be like, oh yeah, marker 2, let's go there. Because that's the message. All I have to do is hit play, and you can kind of hear now that it's just my voice. I don't know if that's picking up. But since this one's muted, it's only outputting this top channel. But I could unmute it, and I could be like, I could skim through it or something if I needed to. So that's that. Man, this is like kind of hard to talk because I'm like playing both at once. Oh, it's playing out in the lobby still. Oh, yeah, I see why. But yeah, that's pretty much the setup here. I hope I explained everything pretty well. I know there's a lot going on. Yeah. So hopefully that was helpful.